once again.
Hello, it's Jimmy here at O'Reilly's, coming to look at this Land Rover Discovery Sport. It's got a DPF problem. Just going to plug in the OBD just under the dashboard there. Now we're turning it on. While that's loading up, just going to switch on the ignition. And we've got exhaust filter full message there. It's only done 24,000 miles. Start it up. So that's what we've got there. Engine light on. DPF filter full message. Service required. And there it is, Discovery Sport L550 2017. It's a 2.0 diesel. So just going through the diagnostic scan. So here's where we're going to be looking. Power control module. Soot accumulation, permanent 2463-00. So we'll get it cleaned out. I'm going to use my Wins DPF cleaner, and I'm going to fill up my dispenser bottle here. This is just basically an old brake bleeder, pressurized brake bleeder, but we can use it for the same thing. It's going to be pressurizing the fluid into the DPF. Now we've got that full, we're just going to put the cap on. So we've got the vehicle raised up there with a stand on it. Now we're going to get underneath and connect up to the DPF. We're going to connect in through one of the sensors, which would usually be the DPF sensor. So we're just underneath the car here. If you can see, just up there, we've got the DPF pressure sensor with the two pipes on it. Now we've got that pipe disconnected. We're going to connect our dispenser up to it. Okay, we've got our pipe there connected up straight onto that pressure sensor there. That's the one on the left there, if you can see. Now we're just going to pump this up. Now that's just about emptied. We're all in. You can hear it sort of foaming up inside. Now we're just going to disconnect it. Pull out our axle stand and we'll lower our jack there. Okay, this is where we get back inside. Now we've got this code, and in this case it's not clearing. He's already had it at the Land Rover dealership. Annoyingly, it's not too long out of warranty. But when the code doesn't clear, I need to switch the ignition back on so I can read it. So when the code doesn't clear, we're going to go in to the hot functions, and we're going to go to the DPF after treatment. Now that it's been we've put a flush through it, we're going to tell it that the DPF has been replaced. This is just how they've got the software programmed. Once it gets to a certain DPF pressure, it will not allow you to basically reset it unless you flush it out and tell it it's had a new DPF. Now the Land Rover garage obviously want to sell you a new DPF, but that's going to be a lot of money. So we're just telling it it's had a new DPF there now. Turn the ignition to 0. Turn it back to number 2. Okay, that's all complete. Turn the ignition back to 0. Back to number 2 again. It's just going to read the codes. Now, going through this menu, it's going to allow me to clear the code. Code is cleared, now it's just initializing. Now it's going to read the fault codes. And control module is done, successful. Ignition off. That's all complete. Now we can go back into the diagnostic mode, read the codes. We'll pause that there so we can go back to the power control module. You can see there's no faults now. So that's allowed us to clear that. We can go into live data, we'll take it for a drive now. And we should see after 5 or 10 minutes of driving the actual DPF pressures and the soot content. So just go through here, we're just going to have to find and select the DPF systems. Now we're just going to start the engine up. We'll give it a few accelerations. Now if we get outside we should see plenty of fluid coming out of the DPF at the rear of the exhaust. Now that is just a, this is just steam. It's not corrosive, so it will just wash away once it gets wet. So there's a lot of smoke there temporarily. That'll go away pretty soon. We've got a load of about 80% there. That should be dropping pretty soon. We'll take the car for a test drive. I'd clear it out by driving it for 5 or 10 minutes. So now the numbers have dropped down a bit on there. We're going to now switch on to the DPF regenerative mode on the diagnostic, and that will just make sure that every last bit is cleared out. So this only gives you an option for a dynamic regeneration, which means when the car is moving or driving. So we're gonna set this off, and just so we can see what the actual grams of soot, this is the only way we can see the grams of soot as far as I'm aware, and this will tell us, and we can actually see the numbers dropping through this procedure here. We need to drive the car at 25 miles an hour for at least 15 minutes. Temperature needs to be between 60 and 140 degrees, and we're on 82 now, so that's all good to continue. So it's now going to read the particle filter soot. And we are on 0.5, and anything under 6.0 grams is fine. But we're going to drive it now and see if we can get that down a little bit. We usually get it down to like 0.2 at least. So we'll take it for a little drive and see if we can get it any lower. Now just find a nice straight road, put the cruise control on, and we'll let it drive. So at the minute it's just hovering around between 0.6 and 0.5. We'll drive it a little bit longer just to see if we can get it down a little bit more. Okay, so we're down to 0.4, so I think we're just going to call it a day on that. And that's just a message you get there. Now the soot mass is in an acceptable lower limit. Stop the vehicle and turn off the ignition. So that's all done. Press escape and we're all complete. Now the DPF has been cleaned. with any DPF, if you've had a blocked DPF, it can cause contamination in your engine oil, and we highly recommend that you have it changed immediately after you've had your DPF cleaned or repaired. But in this case, the customer wants to opt out of the oil change. He doesn't want to go ahead with it, so we can't force his hand, and we're finished on the job, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.